it's Jenna and welcome to the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I was going through all the tag videos that I'd done. I was positive that I had done the Unpopular Opinions tag. Turns out I have not, and I have some pretty unpopular opinions, as all of you know. So I figured, obviously I had to do this tag. This tag was created by TheBookArcher. I will leave a link to their original video in the description box below. Definitely go and check that one out. There are 9 questions and honestly we are just going to jump right in. So question number 1, a popular book or series that you didn't like. So this one going with The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I know this is an immensely popular book series, but I just don't get the appeal. Like, the characters were not that great. They were all extremely unlikable and so annoying. The plot was kind of meh, and the world building also was a little bit eh. So the whole thing for me was just not compelling enough for me to continue reading it, and I really did not enjoy this first book. Question number 2, a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you love. For this, I'm going with the Zenith duology by Sasha, Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings, and this one is a little bit controversial because obviously they did hit the New York Times bestselling list, but pretty sure they only hit that because of Sasha, because the book is not amazing. It's not the most amazing book that I have ever read in my life. I will give it that. The writing, especially in the beginning, is a little bit clunky and it's a little hard to get through, but the book itself, especially once you get past those first little clunky bits, is actually really a lot of fun. The characters are actually really in-depth and really well thought out, and the plot is something that, especially when I was reading Nexus, I was freaking out. I was not okay. I needed to know what was going to happen next. This series definitely does not deserve all of the hate it gets, and I really do think that a lot of people did not give it a go because of Sasha, and that's just not okay. Question number 3, a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you don't like. Now I'm going with the love triangle one, and I have 2 answers for this, and both of them are spoilers. So the first series that I'm going to be talking about is the Infernal Devices trilogy. So if you have not read this trilogy and you don't want to be spoiled, then mute this video until I put this book down. Oh man, I hate the love triangle in this series so much because Cassandra Clare cheats, okay? She cheats in this book, and at the end of the trilogy Tessa ends up with Will, except she also ends up with Jem because both of them are like immortal creatures, and so once Will is dead and buried they both go, whoops, forget about our best friend, let's go and shack up with each other. No, that's not how love triangles work, alright? You cannot cheat and have her end up with both boys, although to be fair I didn't particularly want her to end up with either boy, but you can't cheat and have her end up with both, okay? It's just not a thing. So spoilers for the Infernal Devices are done. Not sure if you could tell I got a little heated there, but that book irks me. The second series I'm going to be talking about is the Whisper duology, so if you have not read the Whisper duology by Lynette and Noni, definitely mute this video until I put this book down. So the love triangle in this book is between our main character and Ward and Kale, and throughout the entire first book, Team Kale all the way. And then the second book happened and Kale is a bad guy and like betrays everyone and is just the worst person, so obviously the main character, Lisa, she picks Ward, but still low-key wanted her to end up with Kale. I didn't care that he was evil. He was 1,000 times better than Ward. Ward was boring as hell. Kale really challenged Alyssa and really, I mean, he was manipulating her a little bit. I have an issue, okay? I have a problem, but I just think he was better, and I feel like Alyssa definitely could have jumped off the deep end and just gone, screw it, let's be bad guys together, and I kind of would have been interested in seeing how that played out. So I definitely think she should have ended up with Kale, and yes, that would have changed everything about the book, but I think it would have been really interesting to sort of see where all of that went and how that all played out. Question number 4, a popular book genre you barely ever reach for. Contemporary. I mean, I feel like you guys know this about me, but contemporary is just, it's something I really have to be in the mood for, and I do reach for contemporary novels and I do read them. I feel like you really have to be in the mood for them. I guess historical fiction is another one. I really don't lean that much towards historical fiction, and the couple of historical fiction books I have read I've been a bit about, so probably contemporary and historical fiction are the 2 that I just don't ever really reach for. Question number 5, a popular or beloved character that you just do not like. That would be Tessa Gray from the Infernal Devices series. I feel like when it comes to the Shadowhunter Chronicles, you either are Team Clary or you're Team Tessa. I've not really met anybody that likes both people. People either hate Tessa and love Clary, or people hate Clary but love Tessa. So I feel like it's one of those things where you were either one or the other, and I am definitely Clary over Tessa. For me, Tessa was basically just a cardboard copy of Clary, and Clary's already not that great of a character, so to put her in a cardboard cardboard copy, like for Tessa, was just the worst decision Cassandra Clare ever made because she's a terrible, terrible person. She picks and chooses when she wants to be a proper Victorian lady. And I know that's kind of the point because she gets thrust into the Shadowhunter world and she's different and everything. But like also, there's something that happens in Clockwork Princess that would never have happened in Victorian times, like ever. And I just hate her a lot. Oh, hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike her. Question number 6, a popular author you just can't seem to get into. I'm gonna go with Rick Riordan for this question. I've read 4 of his books now. I've read the first 4 in the Percy Jackson series and I just struggle with them a little bit. They're so formulaic and really juvenile, and I really do think that it's just a matter of I did not read them at the right time, so I don't have that like connection to them. But I struggle to get through his books, so I still need to finish the Percy Jackson series, and I'm kind of curious to continue on because everyone has said the Heroes of Olympus series is a lot better, and now the Trials of Apollo series, which I think is finished now, people seem to really like those as well. So I'm sort of like, yeah, I should probably continue, but so far I'm just not a huge fan of his books. Question number 7, a popular book trope you are tired of seeing. I have 2 for this, and one of them is kind of really controversial because I don't really think it would work. But so for the first one, I have love triangles. I find them so dull and tedious and just really frustrating because they are in almost every popular book and it's just the worst thing ever. And I'm like, can we go away with the love triangles, please? Like, give me a morally grey character who falls in love with someone any day. And then my second trope is, I don't know if it's really a trope as such, but it's something that I feel like I'd like to see more of in books. And I want to see our main character dabble in the dark side more. So sort of like Star Wars. Like, there was this moment in Star Wars The Last Jedi where, I don't know if this is a spoiler, it kind of is a spoiler, but it's also kind of not. There's a moment in that movie where Kylo Ren asks Rey to join him, and there's a moment where you think she's going to, and all of a sudden we were gonna have these 2 evil Sith Lords like destroying the galaxy, and then Finn and Poe and the Resistance would somehow have to turn Rey back while also trying to turn Kylo Ren back from the dark side. And I loved that. I loved that possibility that we were gonna have like this dark journey. I want to see more of that in books. I want to see more of the main character being tempted by the dark side, falling to the dark side, and then going so far and realizing, oh shit, I made a mistake. Now I need to backtrack and hope everyone doesn't hate me, and I need to fix everything that I've broken. I would love to see that. I really, really would. I'd love to see that happen, and that's something that I don't know if other people want to see. I don't know if people would want to read that, especially I would love that to be like a series, and like at the end of the second book or something, you know, make it a trilogy. The end of the first or second book, have the main character be like, yep, I'm evil now, and then the last book be like, shit, what do we do? I just love that as a concept, and I think that's something that I would love to play around with, but I don't know if other people think that way because I know everyone loves the happy ending, but I like bittersweet, morally grey endings. They're my favorites, so I would love to see more of that and less of the love triangle situation. Question number 8, a popular series you have no interest in reading. I'm actually going with The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien for this one, and I know that's like blasphemy to say because I love and adore the films, and you know, as a book reader I should want to read the books, but I don't. I don't at all. I think they're really big and they're really wordy and they just intimidate me a lot, and I actually don't have any interest in reading them. I think I am happy with the movies and I'm pretty sure I will enjoy them more if I don't attempt to read the books. And question number 9, the saying always goes, the book is better than the movie. But what movie or TV show adaptation did you like more than the book? So I'm going with All the Right Places by Jennifer Niven for this one. I famously on this channel really don't enjoy this book. I don't think it's that great. I struggle with pretty much everything about it, but the film made me not hate it as much. I feel like, I mean, for me, basically any contemporary book is going to be better in film form because I just prefer watching contemporary movies as opposed to reading contemporary books. So pretty much any of them. But this one in particular, I did really enjoy the film, but I couldn't get into the book. And I did read the book before the film as well. I read it like back in 2016, then I read it again this year and then watched the film and was like, yeah, no, the film is much better. And there you go, that was my unpopular opinions book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what some of your answers are to these questions because I would absolutely love to know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.